Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football prediction on Betkraft. All right, today is another beautiful Saturday morning, and we do have a lot of games that's going on across the globe as usual. And today, we'll have the European Championship, who are actually having their quarterfinal matches today. Today, we had England, who will be up against Switzerland, as well as the Netherlands, who will be coming up against Turkey. It promises to be a very exciting encounters that we have today. And we also do have a lot of other club matches that we use to make up our tickets for your games today. And that being said, in a short while we'll be looking at these games one after the other. But I want to use the opportunity to ask those of us who are yet to subscribe to our channel to kindly take out time to hit the subscribe button at this moment, so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will be up on this channel on a daily basis. Alright, without further ado, let's get to the business of the day. And today we are starting with the very first game, which happened to be the European Championship matches, where England will be up against Switzerland. And as usual, as we do, we look at the recent encounters for these teams, and also bring it down to how both they fared in the past five. And we'll make our verdict based on those statistics. So when you look at England in the past 20, they've been able to achieve 12 wins as well as 5 draws and 3 losses in the past 20 games that they have so far. And they've also been able to score 39 goals in the process while conceding 13. And the away side, Switzerland, on the other hand, have also been able to achieve 9 wins out of 20. They've also had 9 draws as well as 2 losses. And they've scored 39 goals as well, conceding 23 in the process. So when you take a look at how they fared in the recent games, in the last 5 games, both sides, you can see that England have been able to achieve 2 wins in the past 5 games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 5 games. And in this very tournament, they've been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 2 draws. They've not been the very best England side that we know in this very tournament, seeing that they've been having a very few number of goals in most of the matches that they've had so far. All right, when you look at Switzerland, on the other hand, they've been able to achieve 2 wins as well, and also 2 draws in this very tournament. But in the past 5 games, they've had 2 wins, 3 draws in the past 5 games that they have so far. So we saw a Switzerland side that actually defeated Italy by 2-0. We actually saw a very, very compact Switzerland side who hardly concede goals. We saw them playing out a 1-1 draw against Germany. It goes to show how this side are built. They're very, very strong side, and we expect to see them doing very well, because they are showing more progress in this very tournament compared to the England side. So in this very encounter, putting all the statistics together, we come to the conclusion that in this very match you're not going to see a lot of goals, but we are also favoring Switzerland to achieve a result in this very one. It is the away side to either win or draw under 3.5 goals. That's our value for this very encounter. Also, not forgetting the head-to-head meetings for both sides. The last 2 head-to-head meetings for both sides. So although we saw England defeating Switzerland on those occasions, 2018 and 2022, but we are seeing a very different Switzerland side this time around. So we do expect the away side winning or drawing plus under 3.5. All right, that will take us to the next game for the day, and that is the next European match, European Championship match, where we'll have the Netherlands who will be up against Turkey. All right, we take a look at Netherlands. We see that in the past 20 games, they've been able to achieve 12 wins in the past 20. They've also had 2 draws as well as 6 losses, and they've been able to score 46 goals in the process, and have conceded 23 also. And the Turkish side, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 11 wins in the past 20 games. They've also had 3 draws as well as 6 losses. They've scored 32 goals, conceding a whopping 30. It goes to show that this is a team that are scoring goal as well as conceding as well. So when you take a look at the recent games, both sides can as well see that the Netherlands side have been able to achieve 3 wins in the past 5 games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss, and that loss came in the last group match against Austria, where they played out 3-2 loss against Austria. All right, and also Turkey side have been able to achieve 3 wins in the past 5. They've also had 2 losses, and one of those losses was the 3-0 loss against Portugal in the tournament, and also in a 2-1 loss to Poland in a friendly prior to this very tournament. It goes to show that the Turkish side is also a surprise side in this very tournament. They're doing very well. We saw them defeating the Czech Republic by 2-1, as well as defeating the Austria side, who had a very strong game against France, also defeating that side by 2-1. So it goes to show that Turkey side is a very strong side. They do score goals, and also they do concede goals. And as well as the Netherlands side, they're a team that is very much having a very good attacking side, and they're scoring a lot of goals. So in this very encounter, we do expect goals to be the to be there in this very game. So we do expect to see an over 2.5 in this very one, seeing that both teams score a lot of goals. And the last time both teams met, saw Turkey, playing out a 4-2 victory against Netherlands, and also, saw Netherlands playing out a 6-1 victory against Turkey. But prior to that, we saw Turkey defeating the Netherlands by 4-2. It is a match. Those two matches produce a lot of goals, and we do expect a repeat of that very feat in this very way. It is an over 2.5. That's what for that very encounter, and that takes us to the next game for the day, and it is a club match in Uruguay, where we will have a Panarol who will be up against the Deportivo Maldonado, Uruguayan first division. And we do have Paranal's records in this one. In the past 6 games that they've been able to achieve 4 wins in the past 6. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. And Deportivo Maldonado, their away side, have also been able to manage just 2 draws in the past 6 encounters, but they have lost the entire form. They have lost, 4 games out of those 6 games that they played so far. So when you take a look at how both sides are fared from home and away perspective, you could see that the home side, Panarol, have been able to achieve 7 wins playing from home. They've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 home games that they have so far. It goes to show that they've been able to achieve 70% victory in the past 10 home games that they have so far. It's a very good side. Panarol is doing very well at the moment. And their away side, Deportivo Maldonado, have been able to achieve just 2 wins in the past 10 away games. They've also had 3 draws as well as 5 losses in the past 10 away games. It goes to show that they've been able to manage just 20% of victory in the past 10 away games. They've lost 50% of it, and they had a 30% draw. It tells you that they're not performing at the optimal level, especially when they're playing from away. It goes to show that the home side, Panarol, is actually fancy to pick up the sports in this very one. All right, looking at the head-to-head encounter for both sides, you could see that the last time 3 times both teams met, saw Panarol defeating this side, on those 3 occasions. So we expect to see, a repeat of this very feat, seeing that the last time both teams met was, Panarol playing from away, defeating this side by 2-1. So we expect Panarol playing from home this time around to actually see victory in this very game. Home win, that's about for this very encounter. And that takes us to the next, and it is in Finland, where we have Vajakoski, who will be up against KPV, and Vajakoski have been able to manage just 1 draw in the past 6 games. They've had 5 losses, and the away side, KPV, have managed 4 wins, 1 draw as well as 1 loss in past 6 encounters. And when you take a look at the performances from home and away perspective, you could see that Vajakoski have been able to achieve 4 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 5 losses. At the time, they had 5 straight losses playing from home, and the last home game they had, they played out a draw in that very game against Club 04. And the away side, KPV, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 4 wins from away. They've also had 5 losses as well as 1 draw. And also, the matter of fact is that the last 2 away games for KPV saw them, having a victory in those 2, defeating Kuyusi by 4-0, and also Rocks by 2-1. So it goes to show that they're actually in fine form at the moment, and they'll be poised to continue this very winning streak. And we do expect the away side, KPV, to rise to the occasion in this very encounter and win outright in this very game. It is away side to win. That's all about it for that very game, and that will take us to the next game for the day. It is actually in Iceland, where we have Stjarnan coming up against KR. Okay, KR is actually home side, and Stjarnan is the away side. And KR actually in Iceland is Reykjavik. That's actually the meaning of that R. And you see that the home side have been able to manage 1 win in the past 6. They've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games that they had. And the away side, Stjarnan, have had 2 wins, 3 losses as well as 1 draw. And when you take a look at how they fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, KR, have been able to manage just 3 wins in the past 10 home games. They've been able to have 3 draws as well as 4 losses. And the away side, on the other hand, have seen 3 wins from away, 2 draws as well as 5 losses in the past 10 away games. Alright, but what is more prominent in their fixtures is the fact that it is a fixture that produces a lot of goals, seeing that the home side, KR, in the past 10 home games have seen an over 2.5 or even over 3.5 on 8 occasions out of those 10 home games that they've played so far. And the away side have seen also a very, very similar situation, seeing that 6 games out of the past 10 away games that they have produced an over 2.5. So that make or tilts towards the goals parties in this very one. Also, what you've mentioned is the fact that that the last two head-to-head meetings for both sides saw them, playing out a scoreline that is having a very high number of goals. We saw them playing out 3-1 scoreline, in the last two fixtures, and also the very last fixture saw them playing a 5-3 scoreline. So we do expect over 2.5 in this one. All right, 3 goals in the minimum. That's a verdict for that very encounter, and that will take us to the next for the day, and it is okay. That actually is the last for today, and that brings our predictions on Betkraft today to a conclusion. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope to see your ticket go green. And remember to also play responsibly. It's only a football game. You can go either way. Anything can happen. And that being said, tomorrow is another wonderful day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions for tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is a Sunday. We'll have a Sunday Millionaires game going on, and where we have to, great games that we accrued up to $1 million when you play it. We always say we want to try that always once in a week and see how it goes. You never know what can happen. That being said, tomorrow is another day. But until then, keep winning.